Well, gee, that sure is a beautiful sight. That is a beautiful sight. But not for my frames! Look at that! 7 frames with an RTX 3070. Hey, at least I know it's not the computer's fault, right? But just take that in. So we're sitting here in the shadow of Times Square. Yep, that's pretty awesome, but I'm not ready to do a video on Times Square, so alright, there we go. How's that? Frames doing a little better now. So you're never really gonna get a lot of frames when you have to have the height that high, but yeah, so today we have Rockefeller Center. So we're here on 6th Avenue. This is West 47th Street and Avenue of the Americas. Well, yes, WebSoak is always asking for likes. So do WebSoak a favor and shatter that like button. Hopefully that wasn't too painful with the microphone, because I just hit the microphone there. But yeah, shatter the like button. We need shards of glass below the like button. When people look at the like button, we need them to think that this is like some destroyed neighborhood and all the windows are destroyed, but instead it's the like button. So this is a revision station. Station is served by the B, D, F, and M. And if you want a additional service, technically there are 5, because you have the Diamond F. Oh, and actually there's 6, because you have, well, actually 7, because you have the D train during rush hour, which will skip the concourse local stations. So yeah, if you are not from New York City, and maybe you just happen to stumble across this video, then I guess this is technically the Orange Line station, because I know in other countries they view it as just colors. But I will, oh, looks like you can see a little bit of 5th Avenue, 53rd Street's buildings over there. But I'm just going to briefly explain how the subway works here in New York City. Let's say you're visiting from London, you see all the services. People say it's confusing. It's really not. So the way it works is you have these different colors, circles, and they have letters or numbers in them. The letters or numbers indicate where they go together in Manhattan. Say you have the M line. The M line runs along 6th Avenue, so it's orange. Orange means it goes on 6th Avenue in Manhattan. And then all these stations that have an M next to them are where the M line goes. Some of the exits didn't actually fit for obvious reasons, because, you know, maybe the streets might be a little differently shaped on this world. They might be, this, I know 6th Avenue on this world is significantly wider, by a lot actually, than the previous world. So there was a lot of readjusting to do there to make everything with this station fit. But if you were watching in the previous world, then you would have seen this area. This area is pretty much the same, although now the pillars here are rounded out. You got a minecart over here, and here's the booth. I tried to keep the booth exactly the same as before. I was able to preserve the booth, luckily enough, because it was all vanilla blocks, so they don't get destroyed. But I think this was a pretty good booth design as well, because it looks like you can fit stuff under there, which is pretty cool. Alright, so you're gonna go in here. So here's the station. This is entry for the B, D, F, and M lines. Exit 49th Street in Rockefeller Center, or 50th Street in Rockefeller Center. Of course, this isn't actually connected to Rockefeller Center because I didn't build Rockefeller Center. So what connection is there to build to Rockefeller Center? However, if I did build it, there would be an additional tunnel over here, and that would go to Rockefeller Center. Let's go to the downtown side first. Downtown in Brooklyn. So here are the route signs. So, odd thing about this station, the express trains enter the station through the local tracks. So, B and D lines, they are express lines, and they enter on the local track. Although with the B, it's a little bit weird on Central Park West. It does actually go local there, but on 6th Avenue and in Brooklyn, it goes express. So they enter here on the local track. Pretty nice looking platform, honestly. So we're going to go over and show the announcements. So again, there's just a sign there for exit 49th and 50th Street. Just in case I forgot to point out, TMC Co. and Trainrider did help with this station. They helped revise it and such. So we're going to come over here. It's also got the better looking pillars as well, because, you know, this is the newer map, so it has the better looking pillars. Although if you go back to some of the earlier videos on this map, they were actually block pillars. They didn't actually look like this. 6th Avenue Local, so this is for the local track, which is in the middle here, which I could explain why that is in just a minute. So, 6th Avenue Local, F, Coney Island, Little Village. Take the J on weekends. Here we have the exit of 47th and 48th Streets. That's where we started. Over here you'll find the announcements. This is a map design that was created with pixel artwork by Trainrider railfan. He set that map up. You might see it around at some stations. Alright, so over here I just have the D train announcements. There will be no B train on this world. So it's going to load the sounds and it's going to play the announcement.
This is a Brooklyn-bound D express train. The next stop is 42nd Street, Bryant Park.
Let's look down the tunnel there, and on this side you can see this part goes up and the express tracks go down. Although the whole tunnel goes up a little bit, there's a little bit of a hill underground that it has to make up for to reach 42nd Street, Bryant Park. Over here you have the F&M. Let's reload the chunks there.
This is a Brooklyn-bound F local train. The next stop is 42nd Street, Bryant Park.
You know, I'm sure I must have enabled some
This
setting.
is a Brooklyn-bound M local train. The next stop is 42nd Street, Bryant Park.
So I must have enabled some setting there that I am not aware of because FPS right now, pretty bad. Bronx and Queens. So the B and D, although again the B is non-existent on this map. So the D, F and M, so the D goes to the Bronx and the F and M go to Queens. The F and M are local in Manhattan, so they stop over here. The M is always local, but the F becomes express in Queens. And here you have the express track on the normal side. And over there you can see towards Bryant Park. Can we actually see Bryant Park from here? If I was to set it to nighttime, you would, if you would see a light down at the end of the tunnel, I see a signal. Doesn't quite, oh, there's the platform edge. So it does reach Bryant Park, that's cool. Alright, I'll make it back to daytime. We're gonna go check out the announcements now. So at the end of the platform here, there is a slope. This is because there is a very large junction at 53rd Street where the B, D, F, and M, and even the E all reconverge and change up where they're going. So this is north to south, but there's a huge turn with that junction. So the only one that continues north is the F, and all the other routes go east-west, and then they go out into their own directions. So down here in the tunnel, we can see very sloped, very steep as well. D goes down there, and in real life to B, and that goes towards 7th Avenue. Over here, the local tracks. I'm going to show you this because it does have a working switch.
This is a Queens-bound F local train. The next stop is 57th Street.
Okay, so the F switches onto the middle track and goes straight, and it goes under everything. And the M.
This is a Queens-bound M local train. The next stop is 5th Avenue, 53rd Street.
The M continues straight and turns to the right, which is east, which goes towards Queens. Then the D train, its announcements are here.
This is a Bronx-bound D express train. The next stop is 7th Avenue, 53rd Street.
You can also see, again, with the slope, there is a noticeable height difference between the platforms as well. That one's significantly higher than this one. And you can even see on the wall here, I don't point these out, but you've probably seen them by now. They're just tiles there that say 4750. Alright, so we're going to head out. That's my tour of 47th 50th Street's Rockefeller Center subway station. Yeah, so that is my 47th 50th Street's Rockefeller Center. Once again, thanks to those other two people for their help. I am WebSoak. Remember to subscribe and shatter the like button. And I am out. Bye.